You'll be giving him notes and he's just looking at you like that look. He's giving you that look and I'm like, is he listening to me?
What's going on? It's your boy Sintel with the Intel, and you can already see Rakai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
Governor.
Hey, what is going on? Listen, Adolescence has sat here and taken these Netflix streets by storm. This has probably been one of the more volatile, in a positive, negative, and interesting way, one of the most volatile pieces of content that this channel has seen. It has been the most talked about thing probably in the past couple of months. You're even getting a very big, huge response on your channel as well regarding your deep dives on the inner meaning on what it means and why this series is so special. Rakai, do you have any quick takes before we jump into what I think is another important piece of why this story is special?
I think when you have a super involved story that really does something with moving characters and character development, I think it's hard to turn away from. But just as good as the story is, and they didn't stretch it out to 10 episodes. They made it a tight 4 episodes. Let's put all this, what we got in 4 episodes instead of stretching out with a bunch of filler. The technical aspects of this, how that may be just as important as the story was. And I think that's what makes it a real marvel and a real conversation piece.
Yes. So that being said, we are getting ready to watch The Making of Adolescence, the One Shot Explained. This is coming from Still Watching Netflix. So please, please, please go out of your way to visit Still Watching Netflix. Click their subscribe button. Be a member of all of their community as well, because they are the ones that are providing this video for us that explains the incredible shots that were done in this miniseries. And without any further ado, let's get started.
Go over.
Bravo Delta 50 to Bravo Delta 60. You ready to roll up?
Yeah, ready.
On the second take, wow.
One glides gracefully across the water, but its legs are flapping like mad. Each one of these episodes are.
Yeah, let's make the call.
Wow, so they take it off the crane and then handheld it? Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of feel like you're in a theater space more than a TV space. Once the train starts moving, no one can stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll arrest you for obstruction. Please stop. Please.
What do you need me for?
I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
Adolescence is not a whodunit, it's a whydunit. So we're going to do the arrest, we're going to do school, then we're going to spend some time with Jamie, and then we're going to spend some time with the family. Make this feel like it could happen to you, because that is the reality of what is happening in our world.
Act committed by his boy. He's poleaxed, and his life from that moment on will never be the same again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was a crazy scene.
Show the harsher sides of reality beautifully.
Oi! Ryan! What have you done?
These things happen.
Come on, these kids are impossible. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
There's 300 kids.
Find a different profession.
You're going to get instructions from the cast teachers to get back in line. Do not listen to them.
What have you done?
That's interesting.
We're going to be going through it a lot, over and over again. Then it becomes muscle memory, you know? Then we do the tech rehearsal.
Okay.
So we're ready anyway.
And then the last week, we get 10 chances, 2 a day at shooting 1 take.
10 chances, 2 a day.
The whole thing.
Let's have a word with Ryan.
This shot.
In this show, a lot of it was technical.
He said, nah.
Put Bascombe and this boy beside the murder site, and then the camera was going to travel back on its own back to the school.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would just take the audience away from what the piece is.
And then Phil called me up and he said, Matt and I think we found a way to make the camera fly.
This is what I'm interested in. How did they do this?
Float away by itself, then it couldn't possibly be attached to a person.
Right?
Heart is pulled out, and you're with all these kids as they pull out their phones, and then the camera takes off.
It was brilliant.
technical meeting the story and finding a fusion which is actually better than anything that the story had come up with on its own.
What Jack Thorne is so brilliant at is being so brutal and so human. And probably the whole series is how interesting it is what people present versus what's within.
Last take.
Lad who can really like go on a journey emotionally.
That kid is brilliant.
Because that's an hour-long script for a young actor to learn, acting opposite Erin Doherty.
You'll be giving him notes and he's just looking at you like that look. He's giving you that look and I'm like, is he listening to me? Every single note will be nailed.
It was a combination of two voices in the room. So gentle. And it was Erin.
I need you to sit down.
Yo, I got goosebumps just thinking about that scene again. They went in on that.
Owen into another place and took Jamie into another place. And actually, it was the best start we could have made for him.
I could have touched any part of her body I wanted to. I really wanted to, but I didn't. Most boys would have touched her.
What's so heartbreaking for Briony at the end?
At that point.
Have to let go
That
of
moment.
everything she's wanted.
What did you think about me then? Okay.
That was a powerful moment.
It was that point.
To her mind. And it's kind of symbolised through this sandwich.
The sandwich!
Who was making the offer to then the person who won't even touch it. Oh. It's just such a great thing to play.
And with episode 4, I wanted to have a look at the impact it has upon the family of the boy who has committed the act.
It was really important to Stephen that this wasn't a show that made easy answers.
That part.
Where his mum was a drinker, or his dad was violent and aggressive. Why? But also, in the same respect, think that could be me.
No.
Yeah, he would. He'd have done better.
Stephen's performances are real.
Yes, they are.
Art for people to see. He knows exactly what he wants.
That was fantastic.
Stephen Graham got such a whole new level of respect from me.
I think if anything can force us to look at a subject that we don't want to look at, it's a one shot. Because you really are forced to watch it. There's no break from it.
Yeah.
The fact is, we are dealing with the harsh reality of what is going on. Stand up and think about what they're doing or what they're not doing.
You don't know what's going on behind closed doors with anyone, ever. No one is just evil. No one is just all bad.
We're not trying to give answers. We're not trying to lay blame particularly. It's a really complicated time, but we need to be talking about these things.
I just hope it creates debate, and I hope it creates conversation between parent and child.
Wow, that was a great piece. Thank you again. Still watching Netflix, please do us a service by thanking them by going over to Still Watching Netflix and hit their subscribe button. Rakai, yo, this was a very chunky, it feels like I was eating a gumbo of cinema and story and technique in 12 minutes. How'd you feel about the making of Adolescence?
What probably doesn't interest as many people. A lot of people probably want to know, why they did the story this way and stuff like that. But I am truly interested in the technical piece of it as well. I have been a writer. I have been a director. I have been an EP. I have been, run the entire tech crew, including, grips, camera, sound, like the entire thing. I've done all that. Not so much with huge budgets on like TV and stuff, but I've done a few smaller budget things, but still all the stuff is still the same. Like, I didn't have use of drones and have only done a one shot a couple of times, and it was hard as hell to do. because everything has to be planned out. And if you're spending this kind of money, of course, you know, the fact that they had, you know, you got 10 tries to do this. We're going to do 10 tries. We got 2 takes, Monday through Friday. And I thought it was interesting that episode 2, 3, and 4, which they did episode 3 first.
Yeah.
They did on the last take. They got on the last take. Where episode 1, for whatever reason, they got that on the second take. That was super interesting. Planning the steps of the crew with all the handoffs of the camera. So it is still a continuous take, but they hand it off for somebody to take the next piece, because most people, I call it the Iron Man suit, but there's a suit that you wear with like a vest, and it has a dolly that hangs overhead. So, and you hook the camera to it. So it not only it holds the camera steady, but it also, or there's one that comes up from your waist, but it also takes all the pressure off of you just holding in your hands. So then, because then you start getting shaky and your arms get tired and stuff, it takes all that away. So all you gotta do is point and shoot or whatever. This I thought was phenomenal on every aspect of the filmmaking. Not only am I impressed with the technical aspects, Owen Cooper, this is his first booked gig. Like, I don't know if he did a commercial or anything before this, but this is his first role. And like the director said, you know, you're talking to a 13-year-old. I don't care if he's an actor or not. He's still 13. Like, talking to him and like giving him all these points. I don't know if he heard anything I damn said, but then he got it and he showed up. I thought that was impressive.
Yeah.
I think probably the hardest damn scene to do outside of just the technical, what they had to do with scene 3 because it was so heavy.
Yeah.
I know that episode 2, that damn scene at the school, I know that shit was a nightmare. Yeah. All the damn kids, oh my God.
And so much,
you know,
camera
because I'm
movement.
sure a lot of them are actors, but I'm sure a lot of them are just, you know, background.
Yeah.
You know, many of them may be just real students or whatever. I thought, as impressive as the series is, this piece right here is just as impressive. Because, and I said this when we were talking off camera before we started, what Stephen Graham said was the whole point of this is to get parents and their kids to have an actual conversation. This is about the why. The fact that he wanted to take out that the parents. Now everything is gone because no, that's why. The daddy, he remember that time when he was 7 and he hollered at him and he said a bad word. That's why this little boy has went crazy. No, none of that. Little boy comes from a 2-family loving household, and he still made one of the worst choices that you can make in your life. Why? I thought this was impressive and absolutely brilliant, and it just gives further credence to how wonderful the series is. The choice he chose to do 4 episodes, cut it like great.
Yeah, first off, I wanted to give just again another big, huge shout out to Still Watching Netflix for putting this together. It was this in itself, the short itself was very well done. The score had me going. I was like, wow, they're really trying to bring out some moments from a moment that I just got done watching. They definitely know how to sell this project. I do appreciate the time that it took to explain the importance of the technical side of all of this, because to me, as you said before, it is just as important as the story being told. But they also didn't shy away from talking about the story a little bit. And as you spoke about what Stephen Graham said regarding this is a story that does not need to blame the parents. One of the things the reaction that we had, just in case you didn't know, me and Rakai have done a reaction to this show, all 4 episodes, and in the comics section, it can get a little dicey in there with some really good, thoughtful conversation and some stuff that, you know, that could make you want to be, you know, make you shy away, but it's doing what Stephen Graham is asking it to do, and that is spark the conversation. And this short didn't shy away from it as either. I think he did a great service to explain that this shouldn't be a story that puts blame on the parents, or maybe even blame on just any one thing. It challenges the question of what what sparks this? What inspires somebody to do these horrible things? What toll is it taking on the family, on the kids, on the police? Because you can even see it have a heavy burden on them, including the people that were the psychiatrists that were talking to Jamie through all this. It has a massive effect, and it feels heavy. And the fact that you were able to tell this heavy story, have competent actors that were going toe to toe with each other. There was a 13-year-old kid going toe to toe with a grown woman from an acting perspective, chop to chop, just delivering, and it's amazing. So thank you again. Excuse me, sorry, still watching Netflix. Thank you again for providing this. Rakai, do you have any closing comments regarding this, and or also plug some more? Plug some more of your channel and your projects so they can get an even deeper experience outside of this short that we were watching.
I think the only thing that I have to add to this, besides, of course, plugging my channel, and this kind of thing is not exactly what I do on my channel, but a little bit, where I take something that I pulled out of the episode and it provoked me to keep thinking, and then I start talking and I film it. That's really what goes into my media therapy deep dives. I think the most interesting thing that was said here was Centel said that on the reactions that he and I did, they've gotten huge responses and they got huge views on his page. The comment section is full of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it really does spark conversation. And some of it is quite toxic. And some of people that just, they know every damn thing. So it's not even about a conversation. They're telling you what you should know. And that's not how conversation works. This is a conversation piece. And we are a reaction channel, and we are reacting to stuff in the moment.
Yes.
We don't always say everything correctly. We don't always say everything, right. We say a lot of dumb shit. and it is what it is. And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna apologize for what I say when I say it in the moment. But that's why I do go to my channel and do a deep dive. And I do have a little bit more introspection, a little bit more time to reflect on what we saw. Episode 3 was a big one. Episode 1, I thought it was so wonderful that he said, this is not a whodunit, it's a whydunit. Oof, come on now.
Yeah.
Listen, that right there. But even though they left the bread seeds to be like, did he really do it? Until at the end of the episode, we saw, oh, okay, yeah, that ship has sailed. I do invite you to come over to my page anytime, my Patreon and my YouTube, to check out some of the deep dives I have about this specifically, and many of the other things that we talk about. So that's patreon.com or youtube.com/Noop from the Veil, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. Remember, we always use this, but it's just as important to use this. Thank you, Chef.
Hey, thank you, Chef. Thank you to everybody that is watching this with us. If you want a more fulfilling reaction experience, we do offer a Patreon that does have a special section of the Discord where you can actually watch us do these reactions. I can't go on enough about it. Thinking, still watching Netflix, please head over there. Thank you for providing this content, and we will catch you on the next project. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.